Hey friends, today we're going to be making a dip with some of the cultured cashew cheese that we made in the video yesterday. So we'll be using a small amount of the cultured cashew cheese and stretching it out with other high water content, highly nutritious, delicious vegetables, herbs, spices, and some pizzazz, and making a delicious, zesty, cheesy dip that basically gives you kind of the feeling and satiation of a, high-fat raw vegan cheese type experience, but without being quite as fatty. So we're only using a 1/4 cup of the cultured cashew cheese. I'll show you the ingredients here. We've got the cultured cashew cheese is right here. We have, this is shallot and 1 clove of garlic. So in my recipe, it calls for 1 slice of white or yellow onion. Shallot is what I had, so that's what we're using. About 2 tablespoons, so not quite a 1/4 cup. Then we have half of a yellow bell pepper. I included the seeds and pith because that, like I said, gives it a little extra, a little something something. Then we have beautiful organic, super salty, hydrating celery that is going to really harmonize with the cultured cashew cheese to make a salty experience without adding actual salt. Then we have juice of 1 lime. You could use lemon. Organic lime is what I have available right now. And then in here we have 1 tablespoon of dulse flakes and a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder. Now in my blender right now, I have a 1/4 teaspoon of whole black pepper kernels that I'm gonna go ahead and blend right now because they are whole and we don't want them whole. They are from Thailand. When I went to Thailand and I was chefing on the retreat there, they had the freshest, most amazing black pepper. I'll show you. So I got a black pepper and a white pepper from there. They're super fresh, super flavorful and delicious. And I like to kind of alternate between using the two because they have different flavors. So go ahead and blend that up until it's finely ground. The Vitamix is really handy for that, for grinding spices. You could use a coffee grinder or a mortar and pestle or something like that, but this is the path of least resistance. And as you can see in there, it's nice and it's ground and woo! You can get a little buzz off of that now. Okay, now you've probably seen this in other videos, but it bears repeating. When you're loading your Vitamix, you want to start with kind of the juiciest things first. So in goes the lime juice. And then I would say bell pepper next. We'll do the garlic and onion. The celery. You can't see anything. Here's where the action is, y'all. I swear I'll get better at this. We got our spices. And then we got our cheesy deliciousness right up in here. I often get asked, do you add water to your dressings? Do you add, do you water down your sauces and stuff? People ask this at the retreats a lot. And for the most part, y'all, no. Like, why would I do that? I want them to be as flavorful as possible. Now, if you blend this up and it is so thick and you want it more as a pourable sauce, then you add some water to it, or you add more lemon if you like it tangy, or say you have some celery juice in the fridge and you want to use some of that, you do that. But I really like to maximize the flavor and the nutrition, and frankly, I like a creamy dip, so here we go. Or, you know, I'd rather add additional bell pepper or tomato or zucchini or cauliflower or something like that, where, you know, you're adding water, but it's like it's vegetable packaged water, so there's flavor and there's nutrition. So yes, we will blend that up now. Dear Vitamix. Guess what, y'all? She did a good job. Once again, look at that. If only you could smell it. That is some like powerful, potent, aromatic stuff right up in there. I mean, that is like gonna take away any of your cheese cravings. Y'all, I used to eat so much cheese. Like, commonly for dinner, it'd be like cheese plate, straight up, some white wine, call it. So now I make my cheesy raw vegan dips, and that's what I have for dinner. And it's like, I can still have my cheese and feel good and not have a bellyache. So, in my book, one thing that I'm not necessarily going to go over in this video, you're going to have to get the book to get this information. In my book, I go over how to adjust this recipe to be friendly for Vata Dosha, Pitta Dosha, Kapha Dosha. And yeah, there are like different little tweaks you can use to make this lower fat, or, you know, add some salt if maybe you're Vata Dosha and you tolerate salt. Or if you're Pitta Dosha, I'm just giving you the information right now, aren't I? See, I'm such a pushover. Okay, so if you're Pitta Dosha, for example, and maybe you're feeling a bit fiery and inflamed, and like you want to keep things cool, the garlic and the shallot might be too much. So it would be a good substitution to go ahead and use green onion instead. You could use the white parts, blend up the white parts only, and like the roots. You could do the white parts and the green parts. Sometimes I like to blend the white parts and then save the green parts for a little pretty garnish on top. And let's see what else. So this, especially for Vata, is going to be really good because cashews and nuts seem to be pretty good for Vata across the board. Especially when they're soaked and they're rehydrated and cultured with probiotics. Man, that's gonna get your Vata moving. That's not gonna cause constipation or gas or bloating for the most part. And we're also keeping the cultured cashew cheese to only 1/4 cup. So you got to kind of find your sweet spot. Now, if you're Kapha, for example, and you're having maybe, you know, diabetic, pre-diabetic kinds of symptoms, maybe you're holding on to excess weight, you want to keep the fat lower, you could use only 2 tablespoons of the cashew cheese, throw in a couple cauliflower florets, and cut the fat that way without losing the creaminess. Let's see what else I got in there. That's pretty much it. For Pitta, it's fine. For both Pitta and Kapha, you got to see how the cultured cashews cheese works for you. So you might find that a 1/4 cup is too much. Like I said, you cut it down to 3 tablespoons or 2 tablespoons. Or when you're actually making the cultured cashew cheese, you can make cultured sunflower cheese instead. Sunflower seeds seem to be more soothing to Pitta and Kapha Dosha. But again, you got to find what works for you. I am Pitta Dosha predominant, and I can tolerate some cashew cheese. Now, is it an everyday thing for me? No. But I can do, like, I can eat this dip, for example, and it's fine. But you got to see what works for you. We each are coming with our own backgrounds, our own issues, intolerances, different healing priorities in the body. So what works for me might not work for you. But y'all, try this recipe. It's really good. It smells really good. Yeah, I'm excited to eat this later. I'm not going to try it right now because I know it's good. Anyway, like this video if you like it. Subscribe if you want more recipes. There will be lots more recipes because y'all, I make recipes like every time I eat. So they're always coming to you because I'm eating 2 times a day. And yeah, I'm making awesome stuff all the time. And go ahead and check out the link in my description. You can get Raw Food Ayurveda Volume 1 for free, that ebook, or by donation. You can also get it in a beautiful paperback. I wish I had one right here. I would show it to you maybe in the next video. And Raw Food Ayurveda Volume 2, that is the savory recipe book. That's available in ebook right now. Paperback as soon as Amazon and I figure out how to make that a reality. So much love to you. Take care. Leave me a comment if you try this recipe and you love it or you hate it or whatever. Regardless, I love you. Take care. Until next time. Namaste, bright light.